Aldi is doing what most supermarkets wouldn't dare, opening hundreds of new stores right in the middle of the toughest economic times. Why are they speeding up while the rest of the industry is struggling? Because they have secrets no one saw coming, from turning premium products into ultra-low prices to tactics that force competitors to slash their own prices. If you still think you're shopping smart, brace yourself. The truth is about to make you rethink every single habit you have. Want to know why nobody talks about this? Pause for 3 seconds and hit the subscribe button to catch the latest videos. 1. Aisle of Shame, the Aisle of Temptation. If there's one spot in Aldi that can make even someone who came in for just one item slow down for a few minutes, it's the area regular shoppers jokingly call the Aisle of Shame. The name sounds funny, but it perfectly describes reality. Almost everyone who walks past ends up taking home something they didn't plan to buy. This aisle is unlike any other section in the store. One week, you'll see heavily discounted cast iron cookware sets. The next week, there are plush blankets, compact coffee makers, mini fans, workout gear, or even household items you never expected to find in a supermarket. Everything is arranged next to each other in such a natural way that it feels like browsing a little weekend market. What turns the Aisle of Shame into a psychological trap is the constant change. Aldi only brings in small batches of each item. Once they're gone for good. No restocks, no reorders. That scarcity creates a feeling that if you don't buy it right now, you'll miss out on a great product at an unbelievably low price. In reality, most of the items here are made in the same factories that produce goods for big-name brands. Their quality is far higher than the price tag suggests, and that's exactly what makes them irresistible. A small space heater for half the usual market price, or a set of kitchen knives that are sharper than you'd ever expect. Everything gives shoppers the thrill of, I just scored an amazing deal. Plenty of people come to Aldi just for milk or eggs, but once they reach this aisle, they get sucked into the urge to explore. It's not that they actually need those things. It's because every week brings something new, eye-catching, and priced so well it's hard to say no. The Aisle of Shame doesn't just spark shopping excitement, it shows how Aldi turns kind of unnecessary items into a fun experience. And once you understand how it works, you'll start knowing exactly which items to pick, which week to come, and the perfect timing so you can enjoy the hunt and actually save money at the same time. 2. Red tags and the secret discount system. Anyone who shops at Aldi regularly already knows the prices are low, but only the sharp-eyed shoppers realize there's still a hidden door to save even more. And the key to that door is super simple: the red tags. It sounds basic, but this is a clever discount system Aldi runs so smoothly that most people walk right past without noticing. A red tag isn't just decoration, it's Aldi's signal that an item is being slashed hard. Whenever a product gets close to its best before date or needs to make room for new stock, the store slaps on a red tag and switches to clear out mode. The discount isn't fixed. Sometimes it's 20%, sometimes 40%, and quite often up to 70%. Here's the cool part. Red tags tend to appear on a pretty predictable schedule, mostly in the morning, especially between 7 and 9 a.m. That's when staff check fresh items like meat, bread, and milk, and mark down anything they want to move fast that day. By lunchtime, those tasty bargains are usually gone. Even products with slightly dented boxes, wrinkled packaging, or minor shipping dings get a red tag. The contents inside are perfectly fine, but the price drops another 10 to 20%. For smart shoppers, this is a little treasure chest that adds up to serious savings. Aldi never announces these markdowns with flyers or ads. They want everything to feel organic. The rewards go to people who pay attention and actually look at the shelves. That's why regulars always slow down, scan every corner, and check every aisle. A red tag might just be a tiny sticker, but the value behind it is huge. 3. Cutting-edge tech behind the simple look. A lot of people think Aldi succeeds just by keeping things minimal and cheap, but few realize there's a whole layer of smart technology running quietly in the background to make everything work perfectly. Ever wonder why the shelves are always fully stocked in the morning? Or why best before dates at Aldi always look better than at other supermarkets? The answer is in machines and software you barely notice. Aldi has upgraded its inventory control with sensors, smart cameras, and data analytics both in the backroom and on the sales floor. Instead of staff manually checking every item, software automatically tracks stock levels, sales speed, and when restocking is needed. Another neat feature is showing up at some checkouts. New sensor systems are replacing traditional scales. When you place items in the self-checkout area, cameras recognize the shape and weight and identify the product. No more weighing each thing yourself. That gets rid of the annoying, unexpected item in the bagging area. Messages that drive people crazy at other big chains. Expiration date tracking is fully digital too. Every fresh product is monitored automatically from the moment it arrives until the day it needs to be pulled or marked down. Staff don't have to check every single package. The system alerts them exactly when a batch needs attention. All this technology is rolled out quietly. No flashy ads, no bragging. Just keeping quality consistent and prices low, exactly the way Aldi likes it. Once you know it's there, you'll understand why a small store with few employees always feels tidy, fast, and surprisingly efficient. 4. Insane expansion speed and market impact. Aldi is growing at a pace that's forcing every other supermarket chain to take a hard look at themselves. While most retailers are shrinking to cut costs, Aldi is doing the opposite, opening hundreds of new stores every year. This aggressive expansion isn't reckless. It's possible because of their lean operation, rock-bottom costs, and ability to adapt quickly to economic changes. Small stores, small teams, and optimized supply chains let Aldi open new locations much faster than traditional competitors. Every time Aldi enters a new area, it creates what experts call an instant price pressure wave. Within just a few months, nearby supermarkets have to lower their prices to keep customers. Shoppers in that area immediately win, especially on everyday essentials like bread, milk, meat, and packaged foods. The competition makes the whole market more dynamic and slowly kills off long-term high prices. Aldi's rapid growth is also pushing giant chains to change their strategies. Some traditional supermarkets are shrinking store sizes and going leaner to cut costs. Others are pushing their own private label brands harder to compete with Aldi's cheap, high-quality products. Even upscale grocers are adding cheaper lines to avoid losing customers. In many regions, Aldi's presence has become the catalyst for a fairer, more transparent retail market. When there's one chain that always keeps prices low as the benchmark, no one else can get away with random price hikes anymore. This competition doesn't just benefit shoppers. It forces the entire industry to become more efficient and sustainable. 5. Private labels that rival big brands. One of the biggest surprises for first-time Aldi shoppers is the store's own private label brands. You won't find Lay's, Heinz, or Chobani. Instead, you get Clancy's, Friendly Farms, Simply Nature, or Specially Selected. At first glance, a lot of people assume these are just cheap knockoffs that are good enough. That exact thought makes tons of shoppers miss out on high-quality products at a fraction of the price. Aldi follows a crystal-clear philosophy. Cut every possible outside cost and pour all the savings into the actual quality of the item. No big advertising budgets, no fancy packaging, no middlemen taking a cut. Here's the fun part. Many of Aldi's private label products are made on the exact same production lines as the famous brands. Only the packaging changes to keep costs low. People swear Clancy's chips are crispier and less greasy than what they used to buy. Friendly Farms milk, yogurt, and ice cream taste just as creamy and fresh as the expensive stuff at other stores. Simply Nature meets strict organic standards, yet costs way less than you'd expect. If you like something a little fancier, the specially selected line will blow you away. Imported chocolates, real Italian pasta, authentic gelato, specialty cheeses. Everything feels genuinely premium, but the price is only a fraction of the big-name versions. Serve these at a party and no one will ever guess they came from a discount grocery store. Once you understand how this works, you realize Aldi isn't just selling cheap stuff. They're delivering great quality at a fair price. That honesty and transparency is exactly why millions of families now trust Aldi's private labels every week. Comment number 1 and like this video, and I'll reveal something even more shocking. 6. Timing your shopping trip to save the most. A lot of people think anytime you're free is a good time to shop. At Aldi, when you walk through the door can matter almost as much as what you put in your cart. A little timing knowledge can shave a surprising amount off your monthly bill without changing anything else. If fresh produce and meat are your priority, early weekday mornings are pure gold, especially Monday and Tuesday. Most stores get fresh deliveries Monday night or Tuesday morning. When the doors open, the shelves are loaded with the newest, fullest, longest dated items before anyone else has picked through them. Show up early, and you'll grab the best stuff with the longest shelf life. If your goal is maximum savings, Wednesday afternoon and Sunday are completely different stories. That's when Aldi usually starts slapping red markdown stickers on anything that needs to move fast: meat, bread, frozen items, canned goods. The discounts aren't announced in advance, but once you see a bunch of red tags popping up, you know it's bargain hunting time. Avoiding peak hours also saves time and stress. Saturday afternoons are packed. New stock disappears fast, and checkout lines get long. Weekday mornings, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, are quiet, fully stocked, and full of long-dated items. Once you learn the store's natural rhythm, every trip becomes an advantage. Pick the right moment and you get fresher food, lower prices, and no long lines, all by shifting your schedule just a little. 7. Self-checkout, super convenient. Aldi's self-checkout is one of those features regulars absolutely love, yet tons of shoppers still haven't tried it. Some never notice it, others think it's complicated, and Aldi never makes a big deal about it. But once you know how it works, self-checkout feels like your own private express lane, faster, smoother, and way more relaxed than the regular cashier line. Aldi designed the self-checkout area to be compact, simple, and beginner-friendly. You scan your items, hear the familiar beep, and pack straight into your bag. No waiting behind someone with a huge cart. If you're just grabbing a handful of things, you can be in and out in under 2 minutes. The system is tuned really well to avoid glitches. Newer machines use cameras that recognize the item's shape instead of just weight, so you almost never get error messages because your bag shifted a little, or the item is too light. That means no waiting for an employee to come fix it, something that annoys people at other stores. Here's a trick a lot of people miss. You're allowed to scan items directly into your reusable bags. No need to place everything on the counter first and then move it. You can pack as you go. It's a huge time saver when you're in a hurry. Of course, self-checkout can get busy during rush hours, but on weekday mornings, especially 9 to 11 a.m., it's usually wide open. Want that in and out in a flash feeling? That's the perfect window. 8. Award-winning wine at shockingly low prices. If you thought Aldi was only good for cheap groceries and household items, the wine aisle will change your mind in seconds. Serious wine lovers call it the budget treasure chest. The bottles look completely ordinary on the outside, but what's inside is the real shock. Many cost under $10 yet taste so good people can't believe the price tag. Aldi pulls this off by completely rewriting how wine reaches the shelf. Instead of going through layers of middlemen like most big supermarkets, they buy straight from vineyards and producers. That cuts out distributor fees, shelf space payments, agent commissions, and all the usual markups the wine industry loves. The result? You pay the real cost of the wine, not the cost of the marketing. A huge number of Aldi wines come from the exact same famous regions: France, Italy, Germany, and Spain. And some are even made from the same grapes, same vineyards, and same recipes as bottles sold in fancy stores. The only difference is they don't carry a famous label and don't cost a fortune to advertise. Aldi has a tough tasting panel that rejects thousands of samples every year. Only the very best make it to the shelf. Wines that are balanced, easy to drink, and perfect for any occasion. Plenty of them have won international awards. Do blind taste tests against expensive bottles, and most people can't tell which is which. That's why the Aldi wine aisle is so much fun. Low prices, high quality, and first-time buyers almost always come back for more. If you want to enjoy great wine without spending a lot, Aldi is the perfect place to start. 9. Aldi employees and service that actually feels good. One of the reasons people love shopping at Aldi is the staff. The stores are small and don't have tons of employees, yet the service somehow feels relaxed and reliable. Regulars joke that Aldi staff moves so fast you don't even have time to get confused. It's funny, but it's also 100% true. Instead of hiring a huge team, Aldi trains a smaller group really well. They know every inch of the store, can tell you exactly where something is, and never have to run around asking someone else. That saves you time and stops that lost in the aisles feeling you get at bigger supermarkets. At checkout, their speed is legendary. Cashiers are trained to scan lightning fast and accurately, so lines keep moving even when the store is busy. You're usually out the door in just a few minutes, even during rush hour. What really wins people over is how genuinely nice they are. Forgot a quarter for the cart? They'll lend you one. Grabbed something close to expiring? They'll swap it instantly and double-check the shelf for you. That kind of care isn't random. Aldi pays above-average wages and creates a stable work environment, so employees actually want to do a great job. 10. The twice-as-nice guarantee. If you've ever hesitated to try Aldi's private label products because you weren't sure about the quality, Aldi hands you the most generous safety net in grocery history, the twice-as-nice guarantee. This isn't just marketing talk. When people hear it for the first time, they usually ask the cashier to repeat it because it sounds too good to be true. Here's how it works. If you buy anything with the Aldi name on it, and you don't love it, for any reason at all, you bring it back. Aldi will give you a full refund and replace the item with a new one for free. You get your money back and walk out with a fresh product. Almost no other store is that generous. The process is ridiculously easy. Just bring the item, or even the empty package, to the service desk. Many stores don't even ask for a receipt. They can tell it's theirs just by looking at the packaging. No long questions, no hassle, done in minutes. People say this policy makes them brave enough to try new things. Curious about that cheese? Want to switch breakfast cereals? Wondering about the organic line? Go for it. There's zero risk. If it's not for you, you lose nothing. Aldi can offer this because they're extremely confident in their products. The actual return rate is tiny, and most people who use the guarantee once end up becoming lifelong customers. That confidence and transparency is what builds real trust. Aldi isn't just a discount supermarket. It's a whole system of tricks, rules, and strategies that save you serious money once you know them. From red tags and self-checkout to world-class wine and the most generous return policy around, everything is built to give you way more value than the money you spend. When you master these secrets, every trip to Aldi becomes smarter, easier, and truly worth it. Did this video help you? Subscribe so we can hit 1,000 subscribers together.